I do think it was wise for your group to pull together the community by changing the name and the colors so that there's more identity with the high school.
Yeah, we've got positive feedback from everybody that I've talked to. I mean, I haven't heard any negative feedback. That was, we had multiple meetings to get people's input. We just didn't, we just didn't get together and say, okay, we're going to go do this and we're just going to do it. We had 4 different meetings, I think it was 4 total. Put a lot of notice out there for people to come out and talk about it, to vote on it. Even the league affiliation, we did the same thing. So we wanted people to be behind it, and if we were going to remain the same league or remain with the same name, Hamlin Midget Football League, that would have been fine. But we wanted to do what the majority of people wanted to do, and that's what the majority of people wanted to do, and that's what we did.
I think it's important for these kids that they would be able to win, just like you're talking about following through into high school and things. They'll start out this way and they'll finish that way.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think it really helps these communities where the consolidation has occurred to be able to participate in things where they have more voice and things of that nature,
Yeah.
because they don't have facilities in some areas and things like
Right.
that. So I think it's really good to have that to where they can feel they can come from any area and
Right.
be involved in things of that nature.
Yeah, and it is like that. We're not trying to take away from any other area. We're just trying to, as far as the naming and stuff, we're just giving them an opportunity if they want to play, at Hamlin, they can. If they want to play Duval, Guyan Valley, that's perfect.
The success of the high school really relies on the feeder programs.
Right.
And if you have the lower level teams, the younger kids playing against bands and the smaller schools, and not playing to the level of competition that now you're going to play.
Yeah.
That hurts when you get to the high school level and move into the MAC.
It does. It does. That's one of the big things that when we talked with the high school football program, that was one of the big things that they talked about.
Well, you're to be commended, and the other people that are stepping up and trying to put a program together and help those kids.
Yeah, and like I said, we're trying to make it to where when we're done with it, turn it over to somebody else and it continues on. And that's the biggest thing about it, is I want it to be good after, my kids are in junior high and high school. So,
Good luck.
thank you.
Next thing on the agenda is we need to award the bid of the remodeling of the large courtroom. Commissioners, you know that we were awarded a grant through the courthouse facilities, and we decided that we were going to remodel the large courtroom on the 2nd floor and to spruce up our entrance back here for security reasons. And I did receive 2 bids. One was from Bill T. Wright Construction in the amount of $98,500, and Williamson Contracting Company in the amount of $89,900. They both are similar. We've gone through this and looked, and they both meet the specs.
How much was the courthouse facility? 80,000.
Yes.
So we come up to the difference.
It's $120,000 project.
What we're awarding today would be the low bid of 89,900 to Williamson Contract, and that's just for the courtroom.
That is correct.
Okay, there'll be a motion to award the contract to Williamson Construction for $89,900 in the low bid for the remodeling of the main court.
Just one quick question. Where do we advertise? With the Lincoln Journal?
Yes, that's the only paper that we have in the county. I did advertise there, plus it was posted on the front and the back doors.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to award the bid. Being all yes vote, motion carries.
The next thing on the agenda is the Corporal Community Food Service Agreement.
Just a couple of comments. We've had 2 different meetings with the Lincoln County Opportunity Company and the Southwestern Community Action. talking about the project and what could be done. We also had a revisit with the health department to go to McCorkle and check the kitchen out. It still hasn't been fully approved for cooking, but it has been approved to provide a limited food service. And with the understanding that 2 people would have to have food handler cards to provide the service that would be needed. Some of the service will be in place at McCorkle. Some of it will be out in the community to be delivered to the home. So what we have come up with is working with Ms. Tomlin at LCOC is purchasing a new hot cold delivery truck to provide the meals that will be cooked here at the LCOC, sealed and delivered just like you do out in the community to McCorkle. And with the funding would have to come, part of the funding for the truck would have to come from the county commission. It's a $36,000 truck, and it's like you've seen on TV where they advertise the vehicle bought with the lottery money. One of those, we have one of those over here, and we can get the second one. It'll require the county commission to come up with $20,000 toward the purchase in way of a donation to LCOC. The Southwestern Community Action is providing the difference it would cost to provide meals. I didn't realize all the ins and outs of the LCOC's contract in providing meals, and there's really 2 different levels. One is 60 and above age, and some of those can be sit down and eat in place meals like they would over here or at the McCorkle Center. But they're limited in how many of those they can provide. So at the center, we'll be able, under this contract, if we enter into it today, we'll be able to provide somewhere between 8 to 10 meals on site at McCorkle and about 20 meals out in the community that will be delivered. Same meals, just a different way of serving them in order to qualify more people to get the reimbursement of money. And the Southwestern Community Action Council will provide the money to do that up to and close to somewhere between $38,000 and $40,000. So the LCOC met this week, their board, and accepted the proposal. And at this juncture, it will be, the only thing is will be needed is for this commission to agree to this agreement that I have stated here, and we will have to provide $20,000 of money to help purchase the truck, which will be a long-term use for the county for senior services, meal provisions, and I don't know what the life of that vehicle and things, but it's a new endeavor they just started, but we're looking probably $20,000 that would provide service for probably at least 5 years in the county. So that would be. And the other thing is the meals like 60 and above is anyone, and they have a program that's 60 and below that depends on poverty and things like that. So you're looking at 2 different service, and what we have. One of the jobs that will be done is through working with LCOC will be to do a community survey and determine where and whom will be available and eligible for the various meals. So it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's certainly been some adversity, but I think in the long run that we have a thorn that's turned into a rose, as far as I'm concerned, something good for the community and the people there. But